welcome to the XLounge. We are here. We've arrived. We are on the couch. We were listening to the smooth sounds of Chris Brown earlier in the backdrop here, and as Shannon hits play again, because he knows I like the song.
Sensational.
We're joined on the couch today once again. I'm going to start backwards rotation. Gisela, thank you once again for joining us on the couch. On the XLounge, only appropriate to have the man himself, the reason why the X is an XLounge, Xander.
X Garoffa.
It's, yes, one of his many aliases.
Yes.
There's a lot.
And lastly, of course, we have Shannon.
What up, y'all?
How you doing, Shannon?
Fantastic.
Black on black on black on black.
Ooh.
Always. Might as well be a uniform.
I mean, it works every time, man. Works every time. You know what else works every time? Denim shirts.
You never ever go wrong with a denim.
Shout out to the
Timeless.
DV gang.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey.
TV.
Shout out to the last episode.
crew.
We don't condone domestic violence here. Just to be clear.
Yikes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for
for that disclaimer. Very appropriate. Xander, I do notice now, since you don't have the jacket on, is that a polo denim shirt? Is that the correct
Ralph Lauren.
Ralph Lauren? I apologize.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not.
hey,
I'm not that guy.
Yeah, no,
Thank you
hey.
for the correction.
Cool
Ralph
shirt.
Lauren
Yeah.
Yes.
or Ralph Lauren?
Ralph Lauren.
You are the resident expert.
it
You
Ralph
can't
Lauren?
get this
Is it-
wrong.
Ralph Lauren?
Ralph Lauren.
Ralph Lauren.
Ralph Lauren.
Yeah. That's
All
what I think it is too.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm a little.
Tomato.
Documented.
Regardless, but yes. Yes, it is.
Very nice.
You ever just hear it, or you say it enough times that
Yeah.
you're like,
Wait, am I
Am I
saying
saying
this
the right way?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
absolutely.
just happened
It's
there.
the worst. It's the worst.
yeah,
Ah,
life.
Before we go anywhere else, I
please.
just need to bring this topic up that has been on my mind for a while that I've seen online recently about the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, the Cheesecake Factory. Yes, please.
Love it.
So there was recently a young lady that was invited out by this young man on a date. Young man waited for her for an hour outside. Cool. Went out, as they go out and they get to the place that they're gonna go eat,
Mhm.
Cheesecake Factory.
Mhm.
This young lady decides, I'm not getting out of here, out of this car, and going to the Cheesecake Factory. I cannot be seen there. This is her word verbatim. I cannot be seen. Look at me. Do you think I could be seen in the Cheesecake Factory? This man is listening to everything she's saying, and he's very cool about it. Just kind of saying, well, what's the problem with cheesecake? Everything's very civil. The whole conversation actually is very civilized, which is the funny part. It was just she's saying her part as
Yep.
to why she cannot be seen at Cheesecake Factory. Saying, okay, I understand you. into which he finished with, well, then I'm taking you back home. She couldn't believe it. She was like, well, you don't want to do something else? Which, like, are you serious? No. So he took her back home. And then the whole thing went viral. Have you guys ever been in anything similar to that? And if you were in that position, what would your reaction be if a lady that you're taking out to the Cheesecake Factory says, I'm not getting out of this car? You
That same situation,
don't have to be the same, but it could be someone like it.
I'm taking her home. I'm not even having the conversation. You're lucky if I don't get an Uber for you.
Like
I
that.
say
Oh.
to begin with, I wouldn't have waited for 1 hour.
Yes, that part.
So
I forgot
From
about
the
that
very
part.
start, it's
I
like,
made
what?
sure I made that clear.
I forgot
too.
about that
So,
part.
Yeah. For
No
1 hour.
way.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So he did that, which I completely agree. He still waited. He still took her to the spot. She was still so malagradecida, how they say it.
Yes.
So it's like that still happened to the point that I can be seen. You're gonna eat food. What do you mean you can be?
Don't forget this caveat. They went to Cheesecake Factory because they missed the original reservation at the good restaurant.
Yes. Yes.
And she was an hour late. Oh, I'm out.
Yeah. So many red flags.
I would have been out in
Next.
10 minutes. Waiting. I'm like, yo,
That's true.
figure it out.
Well, I guess when you look at the entire story, the fact that she made him wait that long and then the fact that she confidently posted this on the internet as if she was like, oh, I'm so right on this.
Yep.
And then everyone's like, you're insane, right? That just says everything you need to know about the person. Like completely not even checked into reality. Like just not even close.
It's the bad. She's just a bad person. Or maybe that's a lot. It was a bad moment in time, several times, because not only did she make him wait an hour without telling him anything. I understand not letting him in because safety.
No, sure, that's fine.
I'm not cool with that.
I get
safe.
that.
But waiting for an hour, that's already messed up.
But yeah, that's
I'm not gonna get out of the car shenanigan or I look too good for this is
Crazy.
that's crazy. But then the posting of it is the third strike. You're out.
Oh my God.
You made 3 terrible decisions because if you really felt as though you felt bad or whatever because he was turning back, you wouldn't have posted the video. Heck no, I'm out. Get out of here. And on top of that, I'm sorry, but she asked a question. Do you take a person that looks like this Cheesecake Factory?
Yep.
I'll take you to Applebee's if we're really talking about it.
Yep.
Because I look like that too. We going to Applebee's together.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, there were so many things that were like hard to believe, but at the same token, and this is the unfortunate reality of where we are as a society, these people exist, and she's not the only person that thinks that way, right? There's a lot of people that do have that narrow-minded take that feel like they're entitled to be able to speak like that to somebody. Like, that's crazy to me.
I agree.
Something went horribly wrong.
But what was the scenario that she was hoping by taking this video? That's my thing. Like, what was her expectations? Okay, I'm gonna take this video. She was talking to
Humiliating him.
So she was expecting somebody to be like, "Hey, you're right. You should be taken out to somewhere more fancier." Right. This guy doesn't. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to make logic of this. It doesn't make any sense at all.
None of it.
Not only that, but let's say her intentions was to be like, "Oh no, you deserve to go better." The unfortunate part is there are gonna be some simp out there. They're like, "Yo, baby girl, I'll take you to this place," and they're just allowing that terrible behavior.
I wish you hadn't said that, bro.
Because there's guys that they'll be like, "Oh, let me slide in on here.
Yes,
you drop the ball. I'll wine and dine you, girl." And whatever your steez is on that. But no.
If you're that guy, you're dragging all of us down. You are enabling horrible behavior, and nobody needs that. Nobody needs that. It's not even a male-female thing. No human needs that. All right. So if you're that guy, let's level up. Let's level up. Let's not encourage.
Some people just be looking for the the low hanging fruit.
Yeah, sure. But come on, man.
Hey.
I got a list here. This is from Complex, excuse me.
Shout out to Conflay.
Hey, if you know, you know. Here's a list of places women absolutely refuse to go on a first date. And thank you to the ladies who reached out to help me on this list.
That's funny.
Here we go. Top of the list. Cheesecake Factory.
Why though? I'm not from here, so.
I have no idea what is so insulting about the Cheesecake
Factory is not great, but it's not bad.
It's food. What I'm saying is, yeah, it's like you're going to a restaurant.
It's not they are taking you to KFC.
I've never been to it.
I'm still going to KFC. That's what I mean. Like but anyways, keep going. Go ahead.
Okay. Again, just to reiterate, list of places women absolutely refuse to go to on a first date. So it's not just restaurants. Number 2, Applebee's.
Fair.
Cannot.
First date, Applebee's.
Any date.
I hate Applebee's.
Any date. I agree. We're not going to
Applebee's.
And they did bring back the Dollarita, though.
That's why they're there.
Bro.
May I see maybe the expectation is something more intimate, like something less, I don't know, maybe not a big chain or something.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I again, I'm not from here, so I don't know what it's.
Yes.
Honestly, I think we'll let you continue this list.
I
think any date can be appropriate with the right expectations.
Agreed.
That's true.
The right expectations, baby.
Setting
That's
the right
everything.
expectations.
That's everything.
No, that's true.
Say, hey, let's go for a walk or whatever. Let's go hang out and go for a walk. I mean, you're not gonna come dressed up
And
for
let me
a.
ask, does always the man pick the place?
It could be. It should be a
It's like,
conversation, right?
You don't want to go. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to go to a Cheesecake Factory or Applebee's, whatever. It's like, let's go here.
I mean, normally, if I'm talking to a woman, and it's to a point, I don't usually go on a first date without having some decent conversation because I got to know if I'm gonna have a good time with you.
Yes.
So by that time, I already have an idea of kind of who you are. So I'll base my recommendation on who I think you are and what I think of you so far. So in that small conversation, you say you like coffee, whatever. But hey, why don't we go for coffee at noon on Saturday? That's fair because
No, it is fair. It's very fair. Absolutely. I'm just going back to, because like you're saying, what she's saying, why is it that a woman cannot pick the place? For me, for example, hey, you're saying you're gonna invite somebody out on a first date. We're talking about a first date. I think the expectation is you're the guy, you're gonna pick the place, you're gonna pay for everything, you're gonna, so you're planning. I know. Hey, the expectation. If I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong.
No, I think that's your take.
This is, hey, the woman, you're taking me out. You're taking care of everything.
Yeah.
If we have a first date and the woman goes, hey, no, I want to go to Chef blah blah blah. This is where I want to go because I love their food there. To me, I'd be like, perfect. That's exactly what I'm thinking because I know this is where she likes to eat.
Yeah.
Rather than me trying to find out. If you think, all right,
Win-win.
Yeah. So to me, it's like, you want to take over, cool, go for it. But I understand when you say why. Here in the United States, that is very traditional, very cultural. That's
I guess
the thing to do.
my other thing too, and this could be very, this could be macho of me, but whatever, is if I'm paying for the meal, I'm gonna recommend it. I'm gonna take you to, because not only am I taking you out somewhere, I'm inviting you into my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as much as this is, you're going on a date, like this is the way I live my life. I'm gonna have a good time. I want to go to this restaurant that I think is gonna be a good time as well. If you can't have a good time in my space, then
No, I agree 100%.
But I'm not like, oh, we're gonna go to my spot and that's it.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, hey, it's the first date, and if you already have this spot, I already have this spot that I've been thinking about. I'm gonna be like, sure, let's try that spot. Like I said, I'm not gonna be like, no, I'm planning the date. I'm not going to your spot. So yeah. So if the lady has a spot already, then I'm gonna be like absolutely okay with him. Like, yeah, perfect. That way I don't have to really look for a spot. So.
I've also been the guy to do the same thing, just casually talking about, let's say we were watching something. Oh, I love that pizza. Oh, let's go get some right now, or let's go get some at 3.
Yeah.
Very like,
Oh yeah,
Love that.
getting food at random times, for random whatever, it's amazing.
It's a treat. It's always a treat.
getting food at any time.
Yeah,
So
I love it.
Because usually it's accompanied by some decent conversation.
Yeah, usually, yeah.
usually, stereotypically. So Gisela, you seem very adamant. You were like anti, but in a good way. Like, is it just a cultural thing? Is it just you personally? Like, what is it about? You're like, you don't like the stereotypical traditional dating stuff?
Open nowadays. There are still some people who are very traditional, but I think it's okay. Like if I go like, hey, I know a place, let me invite you here. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that I'm against a man inviting me somewhere. Yes, let's do it. But maybe I was like, okay, next one is on me. Or maybe, okay, you invite me, you invite the dinner, and then okay, let me grab some drinks, and
Yeah.
I'm paying for those. So it kind of depends.
So it's a little bit more. You scratch my back, I scratch your back.
They splitting the bill.
Sure.
I have no problem with
Going
that.
Dutch, is that still a term?
Let me ask you a question. What do you do for fun, like now? Yeah. Like after work, like what's a typical, like right now, let's say you're done for work. What's a typical weekend or afternoon for you?
I would say it depends on the weather here. During the warm weather, summer, definitely going to have dinner somewhere. Maybe a bar. The thing is that everything closes so early. But yes, dinner, bars, going somewhere new or new town.
How often is this though? Like every week you're doing something like that?
I mean, I try to. Again, I'm new here, so it's
Yeah.
like maybe my routine is different to a person who was born and raised here. That it's like, oh yes, this is boring. So I'm kind of getting to know new places.
Yeah.
But yes, like if there's something new, let's try that. Why not?
The reason I asked that question, every day, like on the internet, we see the stories of these women that, and these stories are the loudest of these women that are talk about, oh, he's doing Cheesecake Factory, he's doing this. It's just the bad take on all these bad women.
Yeah.
And I asked this question because everyone is like, oh, we're all the good women at. The good women don't be in the spots that the guys be looking for the women. The guys be looking for the women at the clubs, at the bars, and all these spots, and they end up with these women that are not the women they want to be with. So I asked that because
I think it depends. I mean, I go to clubs, I go to bars, I go.
so it varies.
Yes.
Depends what you're looking for.
Yeah,
What kind of night are you trying to have?
it all depends, right?
It does all depend, doesn't it?
It all depends.
So yeah, list of places women refuse to go on a first date is going viral. So I'll just bang through these real quick.
Go ahead.
We don't have to linger too much, but it's a great list. It really is a great list. Number 3, Chili's. Number 4, Chipotle. Number 5, Olive Garden. Number 6, the movies. Hard to talk at the movies.
That's terrible.
Hard to talk at the movies. Number 7, your house. Yikes.
Why not? Why not?
I mean,
It can be done properly.
sending a message,
It could be done properly.
kind of.
I mean, yeah, but
It's
it
like,
can be
hey,
done. It can be done in a classy way.
the door's always open. Number 8, any fast food chain. Number 9, Buffalo Wild Wings. Number oddly specific. I love that. Number 10, Wingstop. Number 11, Red Lobster. Number 12, a buffet. Yeah, that's first date.
rough. That's rough.
Yikes. First date. Number
That's great.
a buffet.
Wow.
Hold on, let me go get some more food. Want to come with me?
Hey,
Come with me to get some more rice.
I don't want to go up alone.
That's a good one. A buffet. This conversation is great.
That's true.
Let's go get another
That's
plate.
odd.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's fine.
Does they have more muffins? You see the muffins?
Number 14, IHOP. Number 15, Denny's. I'm sorry. Number 13, IHOP. Number 14, Denny's. Number 15, the gym. The gym. First
All right.
date. The gym.
How?
Oh, got it.
I can see that happen.
Is that a thing?
I could, for the right people, I guess. For gym rats.
Yeah, you're right. Some gym people be at the gym
Yeah.
just all the time.
So you're gonna be there already. Let's
It's like the bar, but you're working out.
yeah.
Look, I like
Larry.
the gym.
Good to see you, Larry.
I'm not taking you out to the gym. Sure, I see you there every day. Cool. I'm not taking you out
I keep
there.
on forgetting that it's the first date. That's weird.
The first date.
I'm thinking of like, our first date is terrible. And the house is terrible for the first date
House
too.
is terrible for a first date.
Yeah. I keep on forgetting that
Yeah,
that
first
very
date.
big detail.
Buffalo Wild Wings. 15, the gym. 16, church. First date. Yikes. First date? How? Moving on. 17, Starbucks. 18, coffee dates. First date.
Why not?
I don't
safe.
think there's anything wrong
That's
with a
safe.
coffee
That
date.
is whack.
Why not?
I say-
It's how early are we? We're just getting to know each other. First date. I don't know you.
I think it's underrated.
I think it's fine, to be honest.
It's fine. I'm in there.
It's very.
Yes.
It's like let's
I like
just,
setting the bar low.
let's just talk first.
Yeah.
Let's just talk
Totally.
first.
Let's see if I like you. Let's see if I
Right,
can be in a room
exactly,
with you for a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, odd. So again, sorry. So 17 church. Gosh, pause. 16 is church. 17 is Starbucks. 18 coffee dates. 19 ice cream dates. 20 family functions.
Too much. Too much.
Family functions.
Too much.
No.
Get me out.
Yeah. You're already in the inner circle. Way too much exposure too
No
soon.
way.
No
First
way.
date? Nah.
Yes.
Terrible.
Family functions. Number 21, movie night, Netflix, Hulu, etc.
Intentions.
Intentions.
Yeah.
Yep. Number 22, somewhere that requires a long drive.
Wow.
I've actually done that.
Yeah.
Actually
Rough.
worked out. It was
Green
rough.
Bay?
Yeah, it was rough. I mean, it wasn't rough. It actually worked out. Went to New Haven.
Okay. You got to like have an hour's worth of convo.
That's the risk that I took,
Yeah.
but it worked out great.
Okay. All right. I'm
First
glad it worked
date.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere that requires a long drive.
The only reason is because in the conversation, it was talking about that she loved pizza a lot.
Okay.
Wait.
So we went to Modern Pizza in
Yep.
New Haven because it's bomb pizza. So let's go
Yep.
get some bomb pizza.
I like that.
So this is assuming one picks up the other one. It's like it's not
Yes.
that we meet there.
Yes,
We meet there.
correct.
Is it always like that?
Doesn't have to be. I don't think.
Or
Man.
It
the
I guess it
average?
depends on the date.
Okay.
Like if it's like an early coffee date, I'm both. I don't mind picking you up. I don't mind meeting you there. Like
All my first dates, I've met the person at the place.
Okay.
But again, this one was specifically somewhere that requires a long drive. So like that would be kind of awkward if
I'll
you,
pick them. Yeah, I'll pick them.
yeah, if you weren't in the same car, it's like a little weird because it's a road trip. You're kind of agreeing to a road trip a little bit
Yeah.
on that one.
So I guess it depends.
I think it depends on the amount of conversation you've had before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'Cause you got to be able to like, oh man, like just cut through the.
The scenario, like if let's say I was at a coffee shop and I met a woman, like, hey, why don't we go out for dinner? I won't take that woman to an hour drive. We'll go somewhere local.
Yeah.
But if it's someone that, like a person that's a friend of a friend that we've been in rooms together, and we, hey, we kind of know each other.
Yeah.
That hey, why don't,
Okay,
that
vibe
that was
is
that was the
different.
situation
all right,
there.
I like that. There's a little bit of more like pre-existing.
Yeah, because at least there's some sort of baseline conversation that we
Like
could
that.
have,
That's
and based on the experiences that we have together,
Yeah,
it was like, okay,
it's an easy hour.
Yeah.
There's hours worth of content there.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Number 23, bowling. Number 24, nightclubs. That's I don't know. First date dancing. It's like, do you want to go dancing on a first date? Like, gosh. I mean, I don't know. You're getting pretty.
It depends what type of dancing, though. We talking about salsa, different story. We talking about
Fair.
going reggaeton, that different story. Two different things.
Yeah.
I think you can
Is
go
it
on
about,
a
like,
you can go on a
getting to know each
salsa.
other?
Yeah, you can go on a salsa date, and I feel
Sure.
it's a little better. I still wouldn't do it.
It's a bit classier.
A little bit.
Sure.
no for
Yeah.
me.
It's a no for you.
I guess it has to depend on the venue.
Fair enough. So nightclubs 24. Number 25, hookah bar.
Like that one.
Wow.
All his first dates have it exclusively at hookah bars.
Sponsored by Lasuk. We're not though. Bleep that out. Free promotion.
Number 26, a bar for just drinks.
Why not?
That's
Who
that
made
number.
this list?
That's a let's meet up.
This is a
it on
compilation.
certain order, like from.
They are
worst-
numbered
A
somehow.
lot of bad ones.
They are
It's
numbered
not-
here.
But there's not like from worst to.
I don't know if they're ranked.
Cheesecake Factory was at the top of the list. Number one.
Is that supposed to be the worst one?
I guess.
There's no
Okay.
way Cheesecake's
Can't
worse
be the
than
first one.
Applebee's.
It's-
There's
Yeah.
no
I
way.
mean, worse than any fast food chain? I don't think so.
right. That's true. I
So-
see.
I-
Honest take.
I don't.
I
think
personally
So.
would still pick fast food over Applebee's.
Wow.
Me personally.
Wow.
Tell me that I'm wrong.
I rather not go on a food date.
You like Applebee's?
No, I mean, before like Applebee's.
You gotta give her grace though. She's not really from here.
What Applebee's? Which
She's
one
not-
did you go
she's
to?
from Argentina.
No, but I mean, you would prefer McDonald's to
I will
Applebee's.
prefer McDonald's fries, which I love.
Very specific.
Maybe a double cheeseburger, yes, and maybe some nuggets with some sweet. Yes.
If the only option, I'm not doing a fast food spot for a date. I'm not going to Applebee's.
Wait, yeah, this is not date. I'm just talking about.
You're just straight up talking about
personal food.
Applebee's.
Date.
Oh, personal. I'm talking about date. I'm talking about
I'm
date.
talking about date.
No.
Yes.
No, I was just
let's
talking
say-
about food.
No.
No,
I'm talking about
date,
date.
Okay.
I was just talking about how bad Applebee's. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Applebee's is so bad. The food.
Applebee's.
I'm
bad.
sorry.
Actually,
I'm sorry. The food.
This was on the first date. I went to Applebee's several times with the same girl that I went to New Haven with.
Okay.
But only because it was the only place that was open late. It was open till like 1 a.m.
Wow.
And because like work schedule and stuff,
Yeah. Hey, man.
Well,
I
worked
just
out.
caught myself. Yes. Wow.
I hate Applebee's.
there was one on the list that I've done, and I'm going to ask: is this a first date? IHOP and Denny's.
Okay.
The amount of times I left the club and be like, yo, let's go to IHOP Denny's. Is that considered a first date?
Nah, I feel
That's
like
just a
whole different
hangout. That's
thing.
right.
That's
Okay.
whole different.
you're just trying to survive
Fair.
Yes.
at that point.
But a lot of times it was just
Like an adventure.
one-on-one. So hey, let's.
All right. I mean, whatever, man. It's
I don't think that's
it's what's
more of
open
a
at
that's
that
a
time.
that's a continuation.
It's
you
either
never-
Denny's or your house at that point.
So you
Yes.
never had a first date where it's going good. We're still hanging. There's nothing to eat. Yo, let's go to IHOP or Denny's. Have a good first date and we eat. That's part
Yeah, I
of the
mean
date.
that's. I would,
Where were you first?
You were just hanging out.
What's that?
Not-
though?
not
What is
eating.
that though? What is that? Where are you hanging
Hey,
out?
let's
Because that's the date.
That's the date. The first thing
That's
is the
what I'm
date.
saying. Like
Right,
you don't
so-
The
end up
hangout.
at Denny's.
The hangout is the date.
Okay, so not the restaurant. So the rest.
Actually, now that I think about it, the whole night is the date.
That's what I'm thinking.
Agree. I
The
agree.
first thing is the first thing is usually what she signed up for or he signed up for.
Fair.
Say, hey, let's go do this thing, and that's what they signed up for. And then everything else that happens after is just spur of the moment, or unless we planned it. But whatever.
Right.
So it has to be the actual restaurant is the date.
Right. I mean, well, yeah. Again, this was a series of different things, but like obviously restaurants are a popular choice for a lot of
I'm
people.
over here giving like rules. Date however you want to date. I'm just saying the way my mind thinks. Whatever works for you.
It's just to me before you keep going.
No,
just,
it's okay.
Let's
We're
say
pretty
for a
much
lady
done.
tells me, "Hey, let's go out to whatever." Who the hell am I to say? I'm sorry, you're taking me where? It's like
It's rude. It's rude. It's
yeah,
rude.
let's do it. No, I would be like, yes, if I'm interested in the lady,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a good time.
Right.
Regardless where we go to, I'm gonna have a good time.
It's either yes or no. Like if I'm not into the restaurant, then
Do you want
to
to date? Yes or no? Do you want to go meet me anywhere? Literally anywhere? Yes or no? Doesn't matter where we end up, right? I mean, because
Yeah.
you agreed to just spend time.
You're like if I'm gonna hang out, I'm agreeing to hang out with you.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't
it's
care.
more about you, not the place.
Yeah,
So
but at the same time, you want to give a good representation that you're a good time. So you got to add
Right.
a little bit of your your spaz,
Your spaz and pizzazz,
whatever that is.
man. Just radiate personality, man.
Hey man,
You have to.
raw dog life.
I gotta get that shirt, man.
Listen, today I was with a client and we're doing a video shoot, and for some reason I couldn't find the word I wanted to say. The word I wanted to say, I'll just film you and then we'll just freestyle the rest.
Okay.
The word that wanted to come out of my mouth every time is free ball.
Okay.
The rest. And I had to stop because I couldn't find the word freestyle in my mind. I'm like, I almost said free ball. Like, we'll just free ball the rest. It's been a long day. I just want to share that.
To be fair, it would have totally worked.
I think with the crowd that I was with, it would have worked, but I still I don't like to cross the lines.
Maintain a level of professionalism.
Yeah.
Shannon Ortega for all of
I was
your-
like, yeah, we'll just go with the flow. Literally is what I said.
yeah.
Wow.
It's definitely one of those like know the room type of things.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of just feel it out, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But even when it doesn't, force past it.
You gotta push through it.
That's the secret. That's the secret.
Own it with confidence.
Awkward moments happened. Doesn't matter. Keep going. Don't stop and don't acknowledge it ever.
Own it.
oh man,
Or just if you acknowledge it right on.
Okay, yeah. Also,
that was
yeah,
awkward.
Yeah. Boom. Move on.
I met the Governor Charlie Baker, former Governor Charlie Baker. He's a tall guy. I didn't know how tall he was. He was like 6'4".
Okay.
I shook his hand, but it was that awkward thing.
Ah.
It was the
Fist
no.
bump?
God, I
Shake my
hate
hand.
those
It was
when
the
that happens.
My hand got caught right here.
yes.
So I'm like, let's do that again. Let's do that again.
Okay.
I addressed. I'm not. Let's do that again.
Okay. Proper handshake.
Yeah. My hand landed, and I ain't like
Bien-
it. Let's
bien fino, bien
run
fino.
it back. Run it back. And he started laughing. I was like, yeah. Shout out to
I
Charlie
love that.
Baker.
I love that.
Yeah.
The weak handshake.
That's the worst though.
It really is.
Do you ever? I think maybe that's one of the first times with a person that I met for the first time. to do it again?
Yeah. Oh man, I've had a lot of awkward handshakes in my lifetime, unfortunately. You know, you go in for the half hug. Oh, we're not hugging. Oh, and there's like an awkward space.
Wait.
Yeah,
We're
what's
not
up?
gonna just jump over that.
Like a mid hug. Like they're literally their back is here, not like right here, close. You're like kind of back
just
here.
saying, to
But
me-
it's a handshake also.
If I'm going for a hug,
You're committed.
I know. I mean, not just committed. You're somebody that I know well.
Yeah.
That I'm getting.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever gone for a hug and not.
Oh, what's up, fam? How you doing? One of those like.
All right, let's talk about this. And
Yes.
this could be a cultural thing. Growing up with Puerto Ricans, Hispanics, it's very customary to when you see a woman, you give a kiss in the cheek.
Yep.
That's not customary around everywhere else. So growing up, it was always, if I see people that are not Puerto Rican, it's like, do a hug.
How do I greet you?
And sometimes I'm still kind of like, so now I just, hey guys, everybody, just to not, because some people are huggers, some people are not, especially after the pandemic, is you don't know what.
And you know what? In Argentina, we always greet each other with a kiss, even when you know the person.
One or two?
You know, only one. But even men greet with a kiss. So, I don't think in any other Latin American country, maybe Uruguay, I don't know really, but they just give it
Not a big
kiss.
deal.
It's not a big deal at all. But in other Latin American countries, they're like, oh, that's weird.
I think for Hispanics, I think
Here,
the fathers and their sons, they give each other kisses in the cheek.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. I
Like old, maybe old school.
Yeah, old school.
For
For sure. I do remember I've seen a lot more of that growing up than now. But speaking of that, I think, damn, there's so many things like culturally that are like, you know, evolved past. What I was going to say is like, I know like growing up in Spanish church, all the women would greet each other. Oh, you know, such and such. Ah, come here. They'll do the thing. And then they always used to do this, like the fake kiss, which is like our cheeks are going to touch and I'm going to kiss into the air. I'm kissing into the air. I'm not actually
it's
kissing
kind
you.
of like
But
that.
isn't that what
that
It's
is?
kind of like that, yes.
It's like a air kiss.
I've always noticed that, but it's
You
weird.
touch-
It's weird until you meet someone that actually gives you the kiss in the cheek.
You
That,
feel it. You
you're
feel
like-
those wet lips.
yeah,
Yes.
it's like, oh, I wasn't expecting all that. Because you have to make a target. Like you have to
Yeah.
turn like last
Yeah.
minute to get it, or do one of
You might accidentally kiss red on the lips
yeah.
and have that awkward moment.
That is
Whoops.
awkward.
I've gotten close.
I mean,
I've
if
gotten
you
close.
think like handshake and
Right.
not knowing whether to hug
my
the
gosh.
person or not,
Yeah.
if you think that's awkward, try, like
Yeah.
kissing someone.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yikes.
I've gotten there. I'm like,
Accidentally.
awkward.
You get to sit with that feeling for a couple moments.
I address it. I've learned as an adult now, those awkward, it's just funny to address
it
it
out.
because everyone noticed it.
Yeah.
So
You just say it.
it just, and then everyone laughs and then it's over.
Yep.
If not,
Yep.
you just,
Yeah, you can't you
Ruminating
can't
it.
think about it. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
right. You're right. I love that. Force past it.
one time I was with my buddy and we were waiting for our food somewhere and we were sitting like on stools and it was like a bar area type thing. And I was sitting next to his wife and he was sitting either in front of her or next to me, but my knee went up and it hit her butt. And then for a second, I'm like, we both know what happened.
Mm.
So I was like, sorry, I kicked your butt. She was like, I was just going to put you on blast. I'm like, thank God I called it out early on. Because if I wouldn't have said it, she would have put me on blast. It would have been awkward. Call it out.
You would have text messaged all of her friends about it.
I'm like, touch your butt. Sorry.
This guy Shannon, so inappropriate.
Nah, I'd rather call them out. And it makes it fun. You'd be surprised how the conversation just flows after that. Because everyone laughed. They got okay. Try it.
So it's the panty dropper?
Oh, with the addressing the awkward stuff?
No?
What
Yes.
just happened? I'm confused. That's what happened at the end there.
What?
Was it
I was
what?
just waiting. I just wanted to go,
Oh, gotcha.
I see.
Okay, like that's done.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Shannon was just talking about how easy it is to continue the conversation.
Yes.
So it's just he's very good at
Fanny dropper.
maneuvering with words.
I love how you just.
Maneuvering.
Wordsmith.
Okay. I have a quick question
Yeah.
Do it.
because Shannon is finishing off with what he was saying. I wanna right? Cool. I wanna go back to the question about the first date thing.
Yeah.
Because if you're a guy and you have all this pressure here traditionally of setting up, knowing where to go, what is considered a first date idea that women would like? And I'm gonna pass this to you. Because I feel that women always not women here in
In America.
America.
Okay. Yeah.
They have this expectations from a guy to do the wine and dine, to have this, have that. From Argentina or from being here for the amount of time, what will be considered a good first date for you? Guy decides to approach you. Hey, this is what.
Honestly, it depends on the vibe for me is everything. Like, not the place. I can really have a good time if you tell me let's just go for a walk somewhere. Coffee dates for me are totally fine. Honestly, it depends on, like, even going to a house. Again, it depends on what the expectations are.
It's
But
a
I
first
don't-
date. It's a first date.
So when you say the vibe, are you saying the vibe of the person, like between you two?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Do I like you, or do I just kind of like you? One of those situations, like where you feel out the person, like
If you think that there's good communication, like you laugh and it's fluent, whatever, have a good time.
Now, have you gone on dates with people that you were kind of just like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it, but
I
I'm free. Let's give it a shot. Have you
I
done
mean,
that?
bad dates. I think all of us have had bad
Yeah, yeah.
dates, and you just go like, okay, there's a bad date. Bye. See you never. But
you never.
Hey, that's the
All
truth.
right.
Hey.
That's
about
right there, baby.
You never.
I mean, you just do it.
I mean, I guess that's true. Like it really does. Gosh, like chemistry is everything, right? So like if you don't immediately connect with somebody on that certain wavelength, right? Then I guess the initial question would be, are you here for entertainment or are you here for, the question mark, right? Because you always know, like sometimes a person is just a vibe, right? Oh, this male or female is like, they look like they're fun. They're probably fun to hang out with, but like they're probably not. Maybe don't bring them home to mom and dad, right? Maybe they're not that type of person, but maybe they're just
Well, I think that should be set clear.
yeah.
What are you looking for? Or maybe are you open to something else?
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
Uh-oh.
Nope. Wait.
Let's hear it.
someone got really uncomfortable.
No, because I'm sorry that I cut you off, but this whole thing about not the person to bring home to mom and dad or the right person.
Yeah.
It seems that person you don't want to bring home to mom and dad, you probably have a better time with that person than the person you want to bring home to mom and dad. Now I get it. It comes to a point where you're like, you're a little too wild for my parents. I don't want to bring you, but you're having like the best time of your life.
Yeah,
Wow, this
yeah.
is like I'm living.
Oye, Sander está bien contento, ¿verdad? Like, it's like, man, I wonder why he's so happy.
So basically, what I'm saying is that it's going back to this whole picking the drink as somebody else picked it. It's like, wouldn't you just gonna be yourself with just what you want, what you like, who you want to be with, rather than be like, I don't know if my friends were like you. I don't know if my parents were like you. Motherfucker, do you like the person?
like that.
If you like the person,
Is it that taboo?
well, that's what I'm like here. That's what I'm saying. Here in America,
Yeah.
tradition it means everything. It's like, oh, I gotta introduce you to my friends. I hopefully they like you, because if they don't like you, right, it's not gonna work out. I was like, what? What do you mean? If they don't like you, then too bad.
You don't really vibe with the friend group. You're real
Yeah, it's
awkward.
like my
I think
friend.
that's worse. Like your friends not liking your partner than your family. I think it's
Wow,
worse.
that is
I
an
think it's worse.
awkward position to
Damn,
be
yeah,
in.
that's good. That's really good.
When was the last time you guys were somewhat in that scenario? Because if you were ever, you never.
Dude,
All your girlfriend's friends liked you. Like they were like, oh, this guy's cool.
For the most part, yeah.
I mean, Shannon's the coolest.
Yeah,
Clearly.
cool guy here.
What can I say? I got swag. Look at me. I'm Shannon.
The thing is, there's always somebody that is gonna hate you regardless of who you are, no matter how cool you are.
I guess.
So that's what I'm saying. It's just I don't know if you met him yet or that person.
No,
was-
I mean, if there was, the girl was no longer friends with them.
All right.
There's their answer.
Yeah.
Because if
Done.
I mean, I treat it the same way. Like if, let's say I got in a relationship with a girl, and depending on the situation, like if there's no respect, I got to see where the disrespect is coming from. I got either draw boundaries, whatever. But that's a whole different conversation. But
I mean,
I don't want to get into that.
listen, man. I get it. Shannon, I'm going to find a clip that I want you to play. And it's kind of related. So, and this is, I think there's a challenge, I think. And again, I always like the caveat, right? I'm married. So like I'm speaking from old data, I have old data at this point, but like, I think, society's gotten to this point with dating, like, especially as you get older, that it's so much more complex now. I feel like, am I wrong? Is it more complex now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Do you feel like the internet has made it easier or worse?
Wait,
For real.
what is complex? I'm sorry, I want to know.
I was going to ask the same.
The complexity of dating in 2023.
What
Like
is
getting to a date or dating per se, like the date per se.
Yeah. So is dating,
The process of dating.
yeah, like do you find it more challenging now? Okay.
I think dating for a woman is a lot easier than what it is for a man. For the most part, traditionally speaking, the women are the ones that are sought after, majority of the time. So, where I'm saying, on a regular week, you'll probably have more invitations to hang out to a date than what a man would have, just generally speaking. Even if it's one
well, let's put
or two a month.
Let's put it to a test. How many times have you invited to go on a date in the past 2 weeks?
Let's say the last month. Last month.
No, but no. I think
Because
it's,
I have it. Like the one be like, hey Sander, coffee next
no,
week.
but it depends on how open you are for that. Like,
no,
if I don't
That-
want,
yeah, that's.
yes. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish.
Go ahead, finish.
if I'm not looking for dates, it's like I'm not getting dates. It depends. Like if you're on an app, let's say dating app, and counting the matches but the actual dates, you have to look for them. I mean, maybe I can have some people like I matched with, but I didn't even talk to them, or I didn't even care about getting to
Right.
point of a date or something. But it depends. I mean, unfortunately is what society thinks. If you're like good looking or not, or what. There might be men who have more likes or matches.
Oh yeah.
and-
I think.
Than I do.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
I think
lots of them.
there's
I think it's
definitely
like gender-
there's a spectrum to both sides, but I think in the neutral, in the
Yeah.
middle, just numbers based. Like, when's the last time you asked a guy to go on a date?
Me?
Yeah.
We'll put you on the spot. I like a little hot.
Or
Whoa.
Diablo. Alábalo si puede. I love it.
Why?
No, I love it.
just to
For science.
the last time that I got asked
friend
on
of
a
a
date,
friend.
the last time I got asked on a date, maybe like a year ago.
But what's the point? I mean, you can ask for like someone to go on a date, and
That's why I'm saying it's easier because you have more. A woman has more options to say yes, whether they want to or not. Let's say you're not dating, someone's gonna ask you, you'd be like, yes, nah, I'm all set.
but you
'cause
know
I'm not
what I
dating.
think, guys. Let's talk about the dating apps.
Mm-hmm.
When they are just going through them, they go like right, and in my opinion, it's like women think more. They kind of really choose. I like this one or I don't like
Yeah.
this one. And men just go like, okay,
Yeah, that's fair. Because men are very
I
visual.
would just like everybody, and then let's see what I get. And then I
Some guys do that.
Right.
Some guys just swipe.
I know.
They're just playing roulette.
Russian roulette. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's a wild way to live. But I agree. I mean, guys are visual. I mean, guys are guys.
Yes.
But guys are visuals for the most part. So
But we
I
are
agree.
too. I mean,
Yeah, but
you know the person, so whatever.
yeah, but
you
you're saying
see
you're
is
more
what you-
selective. You're probably reading if there is anything to read. You know, I'm sure guys are just
At
like,
least
oh yeah. let's go.
I doubt a little more. Maybe I
Yeah.
like if I like what I see, I take a moment to read.
Yeah. So guys know. Guys like what they see. Oh yeah, I'm in.
Okay.
They don't do the extra. They
Because
don't do the
I
extra
have
step.
other like, what do you call them? Like, okay, so I like what I see. That's the first step. Let's go to the next
Yeah.
step.
Yeah.
Who are you? Are you a piece of trash or are you actually decent being? Yeah. So I'm trying desperately to load this, but it's not working right now. So I'm not going to worry about it.
Where's
too
it
much.
from?
It's going to be impossible for me to find it, send a link, but it's completely related to what we're discussing here.
You were on there for a while.
I was really trying.
You're searching.
I was trying. But I digress. So I'll move on to something else that's related. Actually, I found it, but I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna move on to something else though. I was on Reddit the other day, and it was a topic of the question was for ladies, what's the thing that makes a man quote hot for you? And some of the responses that that were in the chat were really funny. Some of them were very basic stuff that they're like forearms. You know, men's forearms are attractive when they roll the sleeves up. What
Physically speaking.
yeah. Like, or like a thing that happens. So like one of them was like, it was from the guy's perspective. He says, anytime I do any kind of construction around my house, I have to do it quickly. Otherwise my wife will want to suck my dick.
Wow. Wow. Nice.
Saying there would be Bob the Builder all up in there.
It was just like doing or just fixing anything, right? Having the capability to fix a thing, very, very important. Yeah, so some
I
funny.
find that so stupid. Like,
It's funny though.
can't you fix something? I don't
It's
know.
funny.
But I mean, I guess that's like the thing. It's like, it's gonna depend on the relationship or what are those things that like, you did this. Like some of them were very super obvious ones, like, being gentle with animals or being good with children, like, stuff like that, right? Like that a woman might be attracted to a man for. Yeah. Okay. So we're getting agreement. Yes. Okay. All right.
We would say like, la vara está baja. O sea, that is
Yeah.
basic
Yes.
stuff, you
Basic,
know?
yeah. Fair enough.
If not, it's like red flags.
All right. So I think we have some life here. This is from Reddit. Once again, it's from Sips Tea. Hard pill to swallow. So this is about, again, women specifically dating as we get older. And I think this guy does a good job, if it loads, of explaining, kind of like the challenges that men face, right? You're talking about men, how they're just going to swipe constantly, whereas women might be more selective because like the pool is, I think, a little bit larger for women than it might be for men. Would you agree with that sentiment?
Yes,
Yeah.
I would.
So again, to Shannon's point earlier, like it is a little bit easier, and we're just going to keep vamping here as we
It didn't come in.
struggle to. Oh gosh, really? Oh yeah, it's still sending. Look at that. We have actually less bars now. Oh, there we go. Hey, shout out to T-Mobile. Thanks for being dependable, reliable service.
What was your first T-Mobile phone? Do you remember it?
Right there. My first T-Mobile phone. Great segue. I'm gonna go with. It was like a little Pebble.
Oh,
Monochrome screen. Clear white.
yeah, I remember that.
Yep. I remember that bringing me back. Actually, my first cell phone ever actually had a wood grain on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, wood grain faceplate.
That's
And the battery, it wasn't baked in, so you had to get the vibrating battery attachment. That's how old I am. Vibrating phone was not native. You had to actually add that via the battery.
wow.
Yeah, brutal. All right, looks like that went through, hopefully. Nope. Yep. All right, great. We'll land the plane with this.
Hits a certain age. Life is just not easy for the woman when she hits a certain age. We're talking about women who've kind of had this high life and then they've stopped getting offers because maybe now she's hit like 38, 40. And then it's almost like they've kind of gone into this dark hole now. It's so toxic. It's like horrible.
Well, here's the thing. Most men don't feel sorry for those women, and I'll tell you why. The reason men don't feel sorry for them is because the experience that she begins to go through when she's older is the experience 90% of men go through every single day. The guy who works at the post office, the guy who helped you pack your bag, the guy who delivered your Amazon parcel, the guy in your class, the guy that you worked with, most guys are invisible. It is only the high value guys that catches women's attention, the guy who's tall, attractive, and shaped successful. So when women who have had that taste of the high life, have been that desirable, gotten all the attention, everything, they then get to a point where now they're being treated how most guys are treated. Guys don't feel sorry for them. A lot of guys feel that if you wanted to have a partner, have a family, and settle down, you get to that point in life and you haven't done that, it's because you fucked up, because you definitely had an abundance of opportunity to do that. So it's very difficult for a lot of guys to have sympathy, because for a lot of guys it's like, this is how it's been for us since day one. And most of us don't even get to a point where we can attract a girl like you. You've been there, you've had the chance to get those guys, but because you decided to play around, maybe you didn't want it serious, and that's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but you have to accept what comes with the path that you choose.
Can't have your cake and eat it too.
So super harsh take. Of course, you know, virality is everything these days on the internet, but there's some truth there. I feel like, and it's true for both sides of the spectrum, right? Like women who are attractive, men who are attractive are just generally going to get more attention than the people who are quote unquote not attractive, right? And so I think that there's a certain bias there that's underlying the point he was making, but it is true to a certain degree. Like, most stereotypically, men do struggle a bit more with like feeling like they have a shot in the pool of available women, right? And I know we kind of touched on this during your last visit, but what are your thoughts on that? Do you feel like the pool of men, like the quality has gotten like more refined now as you're like, you know, like dating, like, because obviously a guy your age is going to be like a more well-established adult in theory, or at least hopefully, right? Not like somebody who's off the cuff, right? In theory.
19-year-old.
Yeah. I mean, hey, do you? I'm sorry. I don't want to be long-winded. What are your thoughts? Yeah. Feel free to anything you want there. I know it was a lot.
Ask the question again. So
You want me to refer?
yes, because there's a lot going on there.
It was.
I don't know. I think it's either way, and it depends on the culture, I think. I feel here the pressure men have, it's different. It's like the man is the one who has to provide. All the pressure there, patriarchy, basically.
Okay.
So it's not that relaxed. So for me, it goes both ways.
Can I ask you a question about that culturally, right? Because again, like this is one of the things that you're bringing to the conversation that I think is your point of view, and it's something that I want to know more about, right? So like culturally, what is that like, or help define that for us who aren't familiar with that? Like, what does it look like? You know, are men just more receptive to a woman? Is it more of an fair, balanced game that you guys play, like culturally, than you do in America, where it's like it feels a little bit lopsided?
More balanced, or at least in the last years, is evolved.
Okay.
In that way, which I'm proud of it. I like it.
Yeah.
That way, I think it should be that way. Or why is the man who has to provide, or the man who has to be the one who takes you to dinner, or who pay for the dinner? Why?
Yeah.
It's an interesting take, because it's culturally different,
right?
And it's interesting to see it from a different perspective that way.
Absolutely. If we would have like 3 American girls here, they were like, "Girl, you crazy? Why would you want to spend your money when you have a man?" So it's very okay. It's like, oh, you want to spend money on me? For girls to be like, oh yeah, go for it. Do whatever. Spoil me, wine me, dine me.
I mean,
That's the expectation.
I'm not against someone like spoiling you, like buying you things because they just want, but I would do the same thing for the other person.
No, right.
I feel like sometimes, again, there might be exceptions, but it's like women expect that the man buys them things or are the ones who have to pay for.
Yeah, that's the expectation, right?
So let me push back though. How much of what you're saying is you, Gisela, and how much of is what you're saying Argentina? Like, and because I'm trying to understand, right? Because obviously there's cultural, but then there's like you.
Yes, I feel nowadays it's pretty common. At least Buenos Aires,
okay,
which is a big province, and so usually it's more open-minded.
Mm-hmm. Love that.
Maybe if you go to other provinces, more traditional,
okay, yeah,
it might be a little different. So it depends. But Buenos Aires, for sure, it's more open-minded in that case.
Love that. Yeah. I know the guy in the video, he was kind of leading into it a little bit too harshly.
Yeah, he went
in. But it is like, it's
a lie.
A lot of what he said was true, man. And again, I'm not, never on this podcast do we want to like, dogpile on like women's takes. Like, we're representing obviously the male take because we're, there's 3 guys here. So obviously that's what you're going to get. And, Gisela, your wonderful contributions really help us navigate that whole conversation. But there are truths that, like, I'm hoping that when we have these conversations that we're making people aware of this stuff. Like, yeah, there are those dudes out there that really do struggle, that they're literally invisible. They really are invisible, and they're trying and they don't know how to do it correctly or properly or, whatever. And they come across like.
But you don't think that some women may go through that?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But a part of me still feels like the scales, when in terms of dating, like, women are. Yeah, I guess the same is true in reverse. Like, you're always going to skew towards, higher quality person, right? And I'm not saying you should aim low, but I'm saying, like, that's kind of where you're aiming. So you're going to try to land somebody kind of on the upper, echelon of culture, right? Someone versus somebody who's like, struggling, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. That sounds harsh, but it's facts. Right? It's facts.
It is facts.
Why would you aim low?
But you mean women aim higher than men do? Is that what you mean?
I think women's target is a lot smaller than men's. Men's target is a little bit broader. We're like, well,
yeah, like women are very specific.
I'll take anything.
Guys will be
Maybe
like,
we
oh
know
my
what
God.
we want.
I think. Yeah.
Wait.
I think there comes a certain age in
No.
and I could say everyone's life.
Yeah.
That they just be like, I'll take what I can get.
So wait, I'm trying to understand what you guys are saying. So you're saying that, going back to her question.
Yeah.
So you're saying that women aim higher and men aim to whatever they can get. I'm trying to understand.
No, he's saying that men have a wider, like, they're open to a lot of variety.
We have less filters than women might have.
Like, women be like, I need a tall guy that does this. Guys are like, no, I'm just an example. Guys are like, I want a pretty girl, but I'll take that little butterface over there as well. that kind of it. Where women is like, I want the tall, successful guy. This broke guy, he's successful, but he's not tall. I'm all set. And I'm being exaggerated, but
yeah,
generally speaking, guys are like, I want this, but I'm okay with that.
I mean, listen, stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason. We don't have to agree with them, but they're mostly true. Right? They're mostly true.
I will say this, though.
Rubbing his hands.
Xander made a point that he was like, if we had 3 American girls here, they'll be like, oh, we'll get their money here. I would say the majority of, I agree with what you're saying. There's a lot of women there like that. But in my experience, I only see those women online. I don't really run into those women, at least the women that I know. None of them have that mindset of like, oh, I'm gonna get my, that internet. The cheesecake woman.
You
style.
you get fillers. That type of woman.
Yeah. You don't see those women that much.
Broad stereotypes.
Yeah. Most women I encounter are reasonable. They're like,
Agreed. I mean, we are in Western Massachusetts.
but it just is interesting because online the loudest voices are the corny ones, and everyone has like, oh, dating's trash. These girls are crap. But I'm not really running into these women like that in real life.
Maybe that's a problem.
I'm still going back to this whole woman supposedly pick higher standard than men.
Yeah.
To me, I think the money factor is a big issue in this. If we take the money away,
Okay.
let's say we're all rich, is it still the same way?
Yeah.
Even if the money doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Woman.
So what we're saying is, women are very specific in what they like. For the most part, they like. Gisela says she'll look at the list and she'll read the bio. Guys will be like, "What's out there?" We're open to all the things, whether money or not. Guys, for the most part, we'll take anything that come in. You know what I mean? That's what he's saying.
Again, why? Why would you do that?
I just
Like,
I'm not.
is it
I guess
matter
I'm not
of-
that guy. I guess this is why I'm having a hard time. I'm not taking anything that's out there.
Do some therapy and find out what you really want.
I guess I get it. But I
Broad
don't.
stereotypes.
It's a broad-
right?
it's a
So,
broad
like,
stereotype.
to Shanna's point, right? To Shanna's point, like when I think of that personality, I hate to say it, right, but like the Kardashian woman archetype, right? Like you are a certain type of way. You kind of prefer bougie things, right? Internet personality. You get your hair, nails done, blah blah blah, whatever. All the stereotypes. That's like the toxic woman, right? Again, stereotypes. Yes.
Well, go for
we
it. Come
agree?
on.
Yeah.
We're here.
Yeah.
We're
Let's
here.
go for it.
Because we're just trying to identify an archetype, right? Because to Shannon's point, not every woman is like that. There are wholesome women that exist.
I think I honestly feel that the majority of women, and this is just based on my experience because I live in Western Mass, I find the majority of women that you find are not what's portrayed online.
Okay, that's true.
Whatever the percentage is.
Yes.
I don't want to say wholesome because I don't think that's
No,
true.
I agree.
But I just think what's portrayed online is just terrible.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
So
the worst case scenario.
Yeah. So
right.
most women are not like that.
Yeah.
It just sucks because we just see them often. But back to Xander's point, and I'm going to push back on Xander a little bit.
Yeah.
When I think of when Rick says the guys are open to whatever, I would put Xander in that list. I'll put you in the list because when and just in talking, the variety of different women in Xander's life, it's a wide range. I'm not saying anything bad about it, but I'm just saying for most people or for women, they have a specific
I like that.
archetype that they fall in, where you in your traditional dating life, if you look at all your exes and girls you dated, they all look different.
Well, yes,
Nothing wrong with that. And that's what we're saying.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. When it comes to that point, I'm talking about the standard. Just because I don't have a problem when you're white, black, skinny, tall, I don't care what type of woman you are, but there's still a standard with that woman.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just, you're white, black, whatever, but you're thrown like just a below standard, whatever. It's like absolutely not.
I agree.
So yes, I did a range of women physically that look different, but that standard is still up there. That's
So-
the point that I'm making.
So what he's saying is guys have a lot of standards that they can sway on. Women, a lot of times, majority speaking, not everyone, there's only a couple standards that they're not deviating from.
Not as broad.
It's just smaller. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
No,
so like men, shotgun, right? Women, sniper rifle.
No, I get I get all this.
I'm sorry, guys.
Wow. I guess I don't know. I don't feel that our standards for women that we want to be with.
Yeah.
We got to be very clear. We're not talking about just having a one. No, be with.
I'm just saying in general. Attraction.
We're not even
based.
getting that far.
We're talking about just first date style. Like, this is a girl I'll probably be interested. Like that type.
Yep.
We're not talking about long term stuff. Obviously, there's standards and stuff that fall into place. But I'm talking about initial getting to know each other style. Because you're not going to get into that long part unless you go to that initial part.
No. Yes.
So that's what we're saying. We're just staying in that little, whatever that little realm of dating is.
The reason why I was getting there is because we're talking about standards.
Yes.
Yeah.
And who you're picking. So
Fair
I'm
enough.
guessing that we're going to be kind of serious. I'm going to shoot your standards. Because if that's the case, I'm guessing we're kind of serious.
I mean, when I say standards, I'm putting everything in there. Like standards of a way the girl looks, the way she acts, all those are standards.
Yes, I'm putting that. That's what I'm saying. So I'm putting that there also, but I'm putting them high. I don't know why we have to. Let's get them down to a 2 and let's see what happens.
I'm not saying they're high. I'm saying this. Let's say you meet a girl and let's say she hits a lot of your standards, but there's one thing. Let's say she has no curves and you like curvy women. You'll probably be like, let's see. We'll see how it goes. Some women, and let's go on the other side. Let's say a woman finds a guy that has the standards. He's a successful guy, whatever the standard is. But when she sees him, he's missing 2 front teeth. She's gonna be like, heck no. And maybe a guy's gonna say heck no too. But guys, I'm sure there's a guy out there that if he sees a girl with no teeth, he's gonna be like, well, still.
That ass though.
That's what I'm saying. It's just guys will be like, I had the standard, but let's dabble.
Yep.
Most women will be like,
this.
I'm all set. He don't got no teeth. I'm out of here. He got no teeth, but I got no job. Whatever the reason is, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that I agree with.
I like it.
It depends on your non-negotiables.
Yes, I feel like guys non-negotiables are wider,
Love
but
that.
we're also sometimes somewhat negotiable on those non-negotiables.
It depends on how thirsty you are.
Or maybe on
part.
how the good things, like how good those good things are.
Okay.
Maybe you're like, oh, but this is so good that I can,
Forgive the other stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. See, compromise is so important.
It really depends.
Compromise is so important.
Where guys are the other way is like, it's not so good, but I can work with it. I just run into a lot of people that way. It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I love that.
I like the shotgun. The shotgun.
Thank you.
Sniper.
Thank you.
Spot on.
Everybody, we good? We're gonna splashing into the cool waters of the epilogue, the part of the episode where we unwind, we put our robe on, we light a cigarettes, and I say, Shannon, good evening.
Like, what are we doing here?
Do you own a robe?
I do own a robe.
What color is it?
You want to know why I own a robe?
Why?
Because Xander owns a robe.
What color is it?
When Xander and I were roommates,
Xander's robe is like 25 years old.
going back,
His robe, listen, he got the same robe, bro.
You have nurse style?
No. First and foremost,
oh my gosh,
I have replaced that robe. That robe went through hell.
that thing put in work, bro.
Yo.
What kind? What's the material? I need to know.
No, okay, so this is typical, very American style robe. It's
Got a mic to your mouth.
Yes, thank you.
very American style robe. I don't know what the material is.
Is it the soft, like,
terry cloth.
Terry cloth, yeah, that this like
Swedish?
fluffy-
Oh, okay.
Swedish.
Not the satin one.
No, not
Oh,
that.
okay.
No. I'm wearing the
Kimono.
fluffy, the warm ones. So I replaced that with a black one. It's a more fitted one. So that one actually feels better because
So
the other
good.
one was just a robe.
It was like gray.
Yeah, it was dark
I remember
gray.
that one.
It was dark gray.
He's gonna pull up his Xander's out, got the robe on for
It's
25 years. Like, dag, bro.
I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. All right, we're taking a time out, guys. Thank you so much for coming along with us on this. It's been a great time. Always appreciate Xander. Appreciate you being a beautiful gentleman on the couch with that red tie, looking real good.
Thank you.
Shannon, black on black on black,
Always.
always works. Thank you. And once again, Gisela, thank you for
Thank you for
spending time
having
with us
me.
and bringing your unique perspective. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.